G'day, and welcome back to the channel. You got coffee? I'll wait right here while you go and get yourself one. Righto guys, welcome back. As you can see today, I've got the Postie bike back out. We're going to reinstall those front forks and some of this other gear that we've got, put the wheel back on and get it all back up so we can wheel it around again. I've got myself a coffee, so let's slip into another edition of Paul's Postie bike. First of all, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. Hit the notification bell, set it to receive all notifications so you can keep up to date with our latest videos. Righto, so the first thing we're going to do now, we've got this thing set back up on the side stand. We're going to put all these parts to one side for a bit and we're going to grab our rebuilt forks. So let's grab this stuff. And these are the two rebuilt forks. If you're not sure how the rebuild process goes, have a look at the video I've got on the screen here now. Up at the front end of the bike here, we've got this triple tree reinstalled with new tapered roller bearings. And I've replaced the top bracket with a better one because the other one's powder coat was starting to wear off and it was going rusty. So let's undo this nut and remove this top bracket again. And then we can set these handlebars and the headlight assembly back. We can set them to one side for the time being. So then to reinstall the forks, we're going to slide them back up inside the triple tree to the same height they were at originally. And then we'll reinstall the top bracket and we'll do up these two bolts, one on each side, to clamp the fork in place. We do just need to ensure that this fork with the moulding on it for the brake panel is on the right-hand side. So that's on the right-hand side of the triple. And then the other one with no moulding here goes on the left-hand side. See, this one has no provision for the brake panel. It goes on the left. So we reassemble the top bracket and then we'll put it in its final position. It's got to go about there. And just give it a little snug up. Same for the one on the other side. I can see where the old line, where the forks used to be in the rust line. That's what I'm lining back up. If you don't have that, just pick a point that's close to the top of this we can adjust it once we put the top bracket back on here. So once you've got both forks roughly positioned into place, next thing we want to install is the ears for the headlight mount. So we need to remove this bolt. And slide him down into position. Don't forget to reinstall the bolt, keep the dirt out of the fork. Then we make sure we've got all our wires in place. Then we can reinstall the top bracket. Reinstall all of our bolts finger tight. And then we can put this nut back on. If you remember, when I disassembled it, this nut was extremely tight. Although we don't need it to go back on that tight, we do want it to be quite firm. Then we can temporarily reinstall our handlebars. And then we can bring our headlight bucket back up into position and reinstall the bolts. This headlight bucket does have these captive nuts inside, so we've got to make sure we've got them back into place as we install it. Then make sure we've got our top bolts installed finger tight, both sides. Then we can loosen off that fork clamp, and we can bring our fork up into position inside the top bracket. Once we've got him hard up into the top bracket, we can then tighten this top bolt down. And then we can tighten him up firm and tighten the bottom so it's tight. And we'll do the same to the other side. You just need to lever him up into position, firm up the bottom clamp, and then tighten the top bolt. And then tighten up the bottom again. Make sure everything's in position properly, and then tighten up the bottom clamp again. Now the only thing holding your fork in the bike is that top bolt and this clamp bolt here, so make sure they're tight periodically. So the next step to getting your bike back on its wheels is to go and get the front wheel. And then we need to bring the brake panel into position, making sure the speedo drive engages. And that's it, folks. the bike is now able to be put back down on its wheels. These bolts here are the drain holes. And like I said earlier, make sure you've got the tag that engages this brake panel on the right hand side. When you put your wheel back in, make sure that engages back up into that slot so the brake panel stays stationary when the brakes are applied. Then slide your axle through. Right, folks, now that she's back on her wheels, the next step would be to install the guard. And there's a couple of brackets to mount the speedo cable and the brake cable. And I need to get the bolts to mount the horn and stuff as well. So I'm just going to make a quick trip to the Honda shop, get the bolts and the brackets I need, and then I'll come back and show you how to install that stuff. I've just come back from that trip down to the local Honda dealer to chase up those parts for the front fender. And unfortunately, they're all out of stock, and I've had to order them extra pan. So we're going to leave that video here for the time being, and I will be back with another update next week, looking at replacing the front wheel bearings. And if you are enjoying the videos in the Postie Bike series, please leave a comment, like the video, and share it with all your friends. I'd love to see you all back in the next video. Thanks for watching.